Done watching all those action movies from 2024. Whether it was the big hits or a few smaller ones that not everyone talked about, last year had plenty to offer. But now it's time to look ahead. 2025 is bringing a whole new lineup of action movies that you won't want to miss. We've picked 10 fresh ones for you, mostly from 2025, with a couple of lesser-known 2024 titles you might have missed. Let's check them out. Back in action.
Cable broken? Is that why you boomers are out this late?
Boomers?
Yes, Karen, boomers.
Back in Action is an action comedy on Netflix, released in January, directed by Scott Gordon, known for Identity Thief and Baywatch. It stars Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx as Emily and Matt, a suburban couple with a surprising secret. They look like ordinary parents with 2 kids, but they're actually former CIA spies who faked their deaths to start over.
This is bad.
Right, I was just checking.
Their quiet life gets turned upside down when their cover is blown, pulling them back into the dangerous world of spying. Now, they have to handle high-stakes missions, avoid old enemies, and protect their family, all while trying to be good parents. It's the perfect popcorn movie. Just relax, laugh at the chaos, and enjoy the wild stunts. Great for a family movie night. Den of Thieves 2: Pantera.
2, 1.
Without anyone even knowing I was there.
Den of Thieves 2: Pantera is the much-awaited follow-up to the 2018 action heist movie. Gerard Butler is back as Sheriff Big Nick O'Brien, and O'Shea Jackson Jr. returns as Donnie Wilson. This time, they're racing across Europe with Big Nick chasing Donnie. They get mixed up in the dangerous world of diamond theft and the notorious Panther Mafia, who are planning a massive robbery at the biggest diamond exchange in the world.
These streets, they're different. And if a mistake is made...
The movie includes a thrilling heist and an exciting car chase, making these scenes the highlights. While the pace might slow down a bit to focus more on planning and conversations, Pantera still holds up as a great choice for those who love action and heist movies, even though it might not surpass the first film. Sunray: Fallen Soldier.
Where is she?
Sunray: Fallen Soldier on Apple TV Plus could be worth your time, but brace yourself, it's quite the roller coaster. This intense revenge saga stars Tip Cullen, an actual former Royal Marine, as Andy, who's on a merciless quest to track down the drug dealers responsible for his daughter's death. Armed with a nail gun and a hammer, Andy and his crew of ex-soldiers deliver military-grade chaos right to suburbia's doorstep.
Rachel's father.
People don't change. You hang around long enough and you just find out who they really are.
The film packs a punch with explosive SUV shootouts and raw hand-to-hand battles, though it does have its slower moments, brooding over bowls of cereal in a caravan. And that final twist, you might find it a bit far-fetched. If you're a fan of John Wick and don't mind a bit of roughness around the edges, this could be your next watch. Captain America: Brave New World.
Execute the state's orders.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
What if this is a trap? You don't even know what this is.
Still in theaters, Captain America: Brave New World is your quintessential popcorn flick. It's not going to blow your mind, but it delivers a good time. Anthony Mackie steps confidently into the role of Captain America, but without the super soldier serum that Steve Rogers had, and that's exactly the point. Sam Wilson is down to earth, tougher, relying on his vibranium wings, an iconic shield to make it through. The movie ditches universe-ending chaos for a political thriller vibe packed with solid action.
Stop!
Captain America caught without his wings.
Harrison Ford brings a gruff, world-weary energy to President Ross, while Tim Blake Nelson's unusual villain, brains on the outside and all, is surprisingly compelling. Is it the pinnacle of Marvel movies? Not really, but it sure is a fun ride, reminiscent of the MCU's earlier, simpler times before the whole multiverse complication. The Gorge. If you're looking for something that's equal parts action, horror, and a little romance, The Gorge on Apple TV Plus is worth checking out. Directed by Scott Derrickson, yeah, the Sinister and Doctor Strange guy, it's got that same wild, over-the-top vibe as those crazy 90s monster movies. But this time, we're dealing with the gates of hell. Miles Teller plays Levi, a sniper with a dark past, and Anya Taylor-Joy is Drasa, his quirky, quick-witted partner.
What's the truth about this place?
Together, they're stuck guarding this mysterious gorge from these terrifying creatures called the Hollow Men. The banter between them is fun, even if the chemistry isn't electric. But when the monsters show up, the movie really takes off. Think chaotic, Sam Raimi-style action with a killer score by Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor. It's not perfect, but it's a solid, entertaining ride if you're into creature features with a side of weird. Flight Risk.
You think it's there to help? He's there to shoot you down.
Come on, damn it!
Flight Risk, directed by Mel Gibson, is a gripping thriller with a straightforward but effective plot. The story revolves around a damaged plane flying over Alaska, carrying a no-nonsense U.S. Marshal, Michelle Dockery, a cynical mob witness, Topher Grace, and a suspicious pilot, Mark Wahlberg, who's enjoying his first villain role since Fear. Dockery's goal is to get Grace to testify against a crime boss, while Wahlberg's character raises red flags with his questionable behavior. What follows is a tense, high-stakes situation at 30,000 feet, filled with trust issues, mind games, and survival struggles. The film builds solid tension. Wahlberg's performance is just the right amount of over-the-top, and there's a touch of dark humor to keep things from getting too heavy. While the film includes some implausible moments, like a plane crash landing in the snow and still somehow staying airborne, it remains a fast-paced, 90-minute experience that doesn't overcomplicate things. The Silent Hour. The Silent Hour, a tense crime thriller from late 2024, follows Detective Frank Shaw, who's adjusting to life with hearing loss after an on-duty accident. 16 months later, he and his partner are assigned to protect a deaf woman who witnessed a murder. Things take a deadly turn when a group of corrupt cops traps them in an abandoned building, determined to silence her for good. Director Brad Anderson skillfully uses sound and silence to build tension, while the dark, claustrophobic setting keeps the stakes high. The film's action and pacing have had mixed reactions. Some praise its fresh approach, while others feel a few moments fall flat. Still, The Silent Hour delivers a gripping, unique twist on the crime thriller genre. Elevation.
This is about more than just your son.
There's no such thing as more than my son.
Elevation is a gripping 2024 sci-fi thriller you've probably never heard of. It's set in a world where a mysterious force causes anyone below a certain altitude to die instantly. Deadly creatures called Reapers have wiped out most of humanity. The twist? These monsters can't survive above 8,000 feet, so the last survivors cling to life high up in the mountains, staying above the danger line.
We're in this together.
A lot more of us are gonna die.
Anthony Mackie stars as Will, a father desperate to find medicine for his sick son. Alongside his tough neighbor Nina, Morena Baccarin, and a resourceful young woman named Katie, they risk everything, venturing below the safe zone into monster territory. Their journey is filled W. Valiant One.
Almost there.
Valiant 1 is a 2025 action thriller directed by Steve Barnett, starring Chase Stokes as Sergeant Edward Brockman and Lana Condor as Corporal Selby. The film follows a U.S. Army helicopter crew on a routine mission near the Korean demilitarized zone when a severe storm causes their helicopter to crash deep inside North Korean territory. The team is left stranded, with their superiors dead and communication equipment destroyed. Brockman reluctantly takes command. He leads the surviving group, made up of non-combat tech specialists and a civilian analyst, through dangerous enemy-controlled terrain, hoping to reach an extraction point near the border. Chase Stokes and Lana Condor deliver solid performances.
Our country has given me so much, and I wanted to give back.
Their chemistry and acting carry much of the movie. The action sequences, especially the shootouts, are decent, and the fast pacing keeps it from dragging. However, the film's low budget is hard to ignore. Some scenes look cheap, and the military realism is lacking, but considering the $5 million budget, the filmmakers did what they could. Harbin. Harbin is a historical thriller set in 1909. Harbin follows Korean independence fighter An Young-gun Hyun Bin as he and his team plot to assassinate Japan's prime minister after Korea's annexation. It's a serious premise, but the movie keeps things tight and gripping. Imagine classic noir vibes, trench coats, dim gaslights, and plenty of shadows, wrapped around a tense spy thriller.
독립이 되겠어. 자네 결정에 다른 동지들 목숨이 달려 있어.
The action is punchy and never goes overboard, making every fight scene feel raw and real. There's also a clever mystery element. An's group suspects there might be a traitor among them, which keeps you on edge the whole time. If you're into historical thrillers with an old-school spy twist, Harbin definitely delivers.